The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go. '57's the mic. Watch 57. Hey, get in the way. 8. 6 guys. 8. Check. High. Joker. Hey.
Here's the third-round pick from Memphis. It's Darrell Henderson. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the 31, Newton. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Hey, check, Mike, 57. 20. Here we go. Gun. Safety's creeping. 57.
The shotgun snap for Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Hassan Reddick able to record his 5th sack of the season. I know some of the talk after last week's loss was the O-line struggles. They gave up 4 sacks. He got hit here and taken down again, so that's something to monitor.
It is something to monitor, but they've got to help their offensive line out. Maybe a little bit different play calling, right? Draws, screens, get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quicker, maybe some quick game passes. All of that to try and help slow down a pass rush and make things easier on their offensive line.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Mike T right here, guys. Mike T. I got him. 10's the mic. Check pass. Mike T.
Murray now on 1st down. It's complete to Williams. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a game, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Watch the screen. Pass. Watch out. 22, jet bomber. 22, jet bomber.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Clay. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals 1st down as well. On 1st down, Drake. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Cardinals. Kenyon Drake. Touchdown number 15 of the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Ready?
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes.
Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. And remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll go back to Henderson on first down. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
Second down, it's Henderson. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down.
Check 4, check 4. 57, 20. Let's get off the field. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill.
Henderson going to run for it. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on fourth down. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Here's Newton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
After the turnover, here's Murray. This one complete to Christian Kirk. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Cardinals. Christian Kirk, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now Newton on first down. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down.
First down, Rams.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. 21-0 our score after one. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Stop your whining. 57's Mike.
Out of the gun, Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. That was the corner, Robert Alford, with a sack.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Throwing is Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 33. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Check. Fresno. Kill.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and now it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12. At the Rams' 32-yard line.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
2nd down, Murray sets to throw. It's complete to Hopkins. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It'll be an Arizona 1st down on a gain of 17.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Murray going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Murray again, 2nd and 10. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Murray going to try to throw on third down. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
This will be taken very short. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Henderson now on 1st and 10. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, it's Henderson. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
20. Come on. 58, boys. 58. 58. Mike. Hey, man. Watch.
Newton on 3rd down. They got a man. It's Woods. And he's got the 1st down before being taken down at the 46. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to turn you up. Don't get nervous.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A huge play that time for the Rams. 45 yards on the ground. They'll look to run with Henderson. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Darrell Henderson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Kai Forbath on for the extra point. He's got it, and that makes our score 24-7. set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Switch gears, switch gears.
Now Drake. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
On first down, Drake. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
58's the mic. 58's the mic. Defense, where's he go?
On 2nd and a yard, Murray. And he finds Fitzgerald. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
To throw is Murray. The catch made by Hopkins. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And this one is right down the middle. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
That's what I do. Switch, switch, switch. He's coming. Double it. He's coming. Double up. Switch, switch, switch.
Gets this to Isabella on the jet sweep. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. but the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Check me out.
Now on 2nd and 13. Murray. He's got it to Williams. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 38-yard line.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
2nd and 5 now. Murray. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 14. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
They'll run on first down. It's Drake, and he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. On 2nd and 7, Murray. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. On 3rd and short, Drake. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
They'll run. It's Drake. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. So the decision to go for it turns out to be a good one. They get a couple of yards, and as a result, the drive keeps moving. It's now 1st and goal.
Let's go, baby. Check nickel. Check 3. Eddie Weapon. Watch twist. Check. Hatchet. Shoot.
They'll try and pound it in with Drake. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. Kenyon Drake, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken short. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw is Newton. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
No, off. 61, match box, right.
They'll try again with Drake. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
I'm coming. Kill. Check 13. Check 52.
3rd and goal, it's Drake. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kenyon Drake taking it in. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
Makes the score Cardinals 41.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken very short. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Cook's now in his 2nd season with the Rams. He's had 4 straight years over 1,000 yards. He had 2 with the Saints, 1 with New England, and then he went over 1,000 again last year with the Rams. 80 catches, 1,204 yards. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Solid coverage on the play by Devondre Campbell. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Newton. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 48. There he goes, right side. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Again, it's Henderson. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
The Rams on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Newton. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Newton now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Here's Henderson. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Newton. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Let's bring it. He's coming. We got double up.
The shotgun snap for Newton. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Now it's Peterson. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now.
You got tight. Hang on. You got tight right there.
On 1st down, Drake. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
24 is the mic.
On 2nd and 11 now. Murray. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They run once more with Henderson. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Henderson will try and run for the first. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction.
Defense all day, all day. Mike 42, Mike 40, 20. Check, Mike 42. Rip left, rip left. Echo, echo. Watch out, watch out. Gun, gun. Mike's 42, Mike's 42. Here we go,
Here we go on fourth. Newton. Open man is Henderson. That's complete. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up first and goal. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Check. Switch.
They'll run here with Henderson, and somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
24 is the mic. Watch the slant. 24 is the mic.
Back to throw it, Murray. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Hey, we got 3 down. 24 is the mic. I got you, boy. 24 is the mic. Here we go, D. 24 is the mic. Hey, 100.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
2nd and 9 at the 11-yard line.
That's it. Look, Katie. Great.
On 2nd and 9, Newton, now a desperation throw deep. And got his man complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
And a Rams first down.
Eight.
From the gun, Newton, he's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Byron Murphy, the rookie from Washington. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
Check. Lucky. Alert three. Get him on. West. Check four. Fast. I got Mike 10 right here, guys. Mike 10. Man, I got you.
Murray's going to look to throw this thing. He's got a man complete. It's Clay. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great.